Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Becca. Today I'm going to be building this cutesy little home. Actually found out that this home is actually considered a tier 3 tiny home, so I built this a while back. I have been re-uploading my older Sims builds from my other channel, mostly because my other art channel was, well, I just said it was an art channel. Yeah, my other channel was an art channel, is an art channel. And I didn't really want to mix things up with them, so I kind of decided to create this new channel and just put my Sims builds here. So I just literally added all of my Sims builds here now. And on this video, which I'm updating you guys on this voiceover, because this video actually didn't have a voiceover in the beginning, and I don't really know why I didn't do a voiceover for this. But either way, I am working on this cute little home because I had a crazy idea when I built this house. Was technically I wanted a Sim who was a conspiracy theorist. She loves everything occult, and she totally believes everything is real. Well, when it comes to The Sims, you know that like the occult Sims are real in The Sims, but I kind of like to think that not everyone knows they're real and they just like know how to hide themselves very well. I think that's literally why when you play with the vampires, even if you don't know the person's a vampire, when you click on like the speech bubbles and everything, you can literally see like, oh, you can enthusiast about vampires, say fear about vampires, or I forgot the other one that I think it has something to do with like you're telling the person that like vampires are real or something. So I kind of thought it would be really fun if like she was like obsessed with the occult, and everyone on her friend circle don't know that she is a conspiracy theorist. That's technically what I went with. And that's technically what I went with this entire thing. Her home is the cutest, most adorable thing possible. That's literally what I wanted to go with. But her computer, her laptop is filled with conspiracies, like everything she's found out about vampires, werewolves, aliens, like I think, yeah, mermaids, and like magicians, like the magic realm and everything. But everyone's just like, oh, she doesn't really talk that much about it to her friends because they don't believe it. They think it's silly. They have like that whole, oh, why would anyone believe this is real kind of attitude. So she kind of keeps it on the down low, but she has like folders and folders of vampires are real. She has like a blog. That's kind of how I go with this, with her storyline, which I thought was really fun. Like she has like probably like a blog where she talks about this, and she's very well known, but nobody has like actually ever seen her face. And she has a completely different username, completely different attitude, like when she's in her conspiracy moment, but then when she has to go to work, or like I kind of put her as a freelance writer, so she does spend most of her time at home. But I kind of like to think like when she has to go out with her friends and everything, she's like the coolest, most normal person ever. I did think about maybe making her like either marry an alien or a vampire, but normally when it comes to a vampire, I'll probably actually make one for her, or because Caleb is already taken by another sim of mine because he's my favorite townie. He in okay, Vlad is amazing. I love Vlad. He is the funnest person ever, especially when my sim turned in, like one of my sims turned into a vampire. Like he actually went there to teach her the dark ways. I thought that was so fun. And everything, but I love Caleb. Caleb is one of my favorite townies from Vampires, and I really enjoy just having a sit down and making a sim that is a vampire enthusiastic and ends up marrying him. So I always have a save with someone that's married to Caleb, always. But this sim, really conflicted if I'm going to make her get married to a vampire or an alien. I'll probably get an alien, since I don't really have all the packs. I have a couple of them, but not all of them. And I kind of do play with what I have, so I learn with what I have and have fun with it and have fun with it all the time. I do add like these little windows to the top of the house, even though it's just like decoration purposes. I do kind of like to think that maybe she kind of goes up there sometimes to do a little bit more research. Like there's a secret entrance that nobody knows about that she goes into the attic, and then she just has like this little moment to herself. And there, what you don't see like throughout the house that is like very well decorated, it's very homey, very fun, but up there it is her world. It has all like a whole bunch of files and books and everything that she's literally known so far about every occult sim known. She knows about it. And her blog, like she probably wrote the articles that are now there, and also all the files like by hand, and she just keeps it there as like, I wouldn't say evidence, but I would say like as a trophy of how proud she is that she came this far and stuff like that. That's technically how I like to see this sim, and that's why I really enjoyed this build. Everything in this entire build has been play tested, so it's a live in, have fun kind of moment. If you guys know, I always complain about the curtains in this game, and I will still be complaining about curtains in this game. One of the reasons is I do most of the times download custom content. Normally I download a lot of cast content for my Sims, but lately I have been downloading custom content for my actual builds, because I don't want just to build like no CC. I actually do want to put CC builds as well. So I'll probably next time, one of the builds that I'll do, I'm gonna make a note of that. I will build like a tiny home with CC to see how I like it. There was a lot of C's in that, but yes, it's a yes. Here I am figuring out the bathroom. Why? Because I decided to add a back garden to this house in the middle of the build. I know that normally when I start a build, now when I start a build, I already plan out like, okay, this house is gonna have a backyard, it's gonna look like this. And when I don't plan it out, this is what happens. Because this was actually just supposed to be a tiny home, and then it turned into a tiny home with a cute small backyard. One of the things I loved about this was just like decorating and adding so much clutter into like small little spaces. I like to think that everyone that sees like the house, it's actually just her very neat, very cute, you know, like a very good aesthetic to the house, but her actual secret office, which I did not make, unfortunately. I should have made it, but I didn't make it. Is only, it's like it's just clutter, paper everywhere, boxes and boxes, books about everything, and I'm gonna have to make another build with something like this now, just to make up for it. Here I'm literally like diving into the living area of this house. I went in with Book Nook for the couch and the sofa. I love the Book Nook kit. It is one of my favorites. When I restarted like buying the other Sims packs and the kits and everything, I wanted something different that I had probably have never used in The Sims before, and I looked at the Book Nook kit and I was like, oh, this looks interesting, and then I saw everything that it had and I was like, yes, this is it. This is what I want, and I love every second of it. For me, being a book girly, I loved every second, every piece of everything in that kit. It is my baby and I will defend it. Here I'm just rearranging this entire living space and other things as well, because as I said, I went into this build just knowing that I wanted to build a small home. How I was gonna fit everything, I had no clue how I was gonna fit anything in this house. But I was happy that in the end it did turn out like the way I wanted it. And right now I'm doing my favorite part, which is clutter. And putting the paintings on the wall and making sure that everything looks pretty. I think that if you're gonna start doing a build, you should probably look up some references, because I know that I went into this build blind. Like, I had no reference for this build whatsoever. Most of my builds, I normally do have like a small reference of maybe a house that I saw, and other times I kind of just go in and I just wing it. I just go in and I wing it, and I sometimes actually it turns out to be really pretty. Here I'm finally working on the backyard, because I had a meltdown with this backyard because I wasn't gonna add it, and then like I said, I added it last minute, and I'm just picking out the things that I wanted to put in this backyard, because I literally didn't have like room in the actual house to put a washing machine and a dryer, and I don't really think that she would be the kind of person that would use a washing machine and a dryer anyway, like not right now. I kind of think she likes to live down on the low for her most of her life. Like, people don't know she owns the blog. People don't know that she literally writes most of the stuff that they see online about the occult, and I found that to be very fun. This table that I added, I actually take that out, this little bench picnic table. I actually remove that, and I actually add in a chess table, but I add that like off camera, because when I went into playtest this house, I don't think you will see a lot of changes because they're very subtle, but I do show the changes that I did in the screenshot, so you guys will be able to see that in the screenshot, because I normally take the screenshots like after I've edited the video, I've play tested it just to make sure that the house looks good and it is ready to be played in. I did add this chimney at the end because I didn't really think about it at first, but I just wanted to, I thought it was weird that the house didn't have like the actual chimney on the side, especially because it literally had an actual chimney, you know, like, so I kind of changed that later. That's why I added this now. Now I'm just adding the finishing touches to this home because I really had a thing with this, like this end chimney and the clipping with the roof. It was just, it's just a normal day in The Sims actually, especially for me who loves to build homes and everything. It's kind of a normal day. And technically that's pretty much it for this build. I don't really do a lot of any changes to this house, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you so much for being here. There will be another video this week, and I will catch you guys later. Love y'all. I hope you guys have a great day, week, month, year, whenever you're watching this. Bye guys.